Passion is a result. Passion is an energy. Passion is the feeling you have when you're engaged in something that you love.
If you want to become successful, you need to make sure that you know you are going to pursue whatever makes you happy. You need to go out and find what it is that makes you tick, brings you joy to wake up every single morning and do, and figure out the best way to do that for the rest of your life. And that can mean a variety of different things. It doesn't matter what it is, because there's a following for anything nowadays, and you can make money by doing quite literally anything you want because of today's day and age and the usage of the internet. It is easier now more than ever to make your passion project a true living reality and a job that you can make money off of.
I've broken it down into sort of 4 observations: parenting, technology, impatience, and environment.
But in order to do that, you need to find out what you're passionate about and what you truly love. Because if you want to be successful in that, you have to put in the time and the energy and the effort and put in all the hard work that it's going to take. Because you don't want to put all that time and energy into something that you don't enjoy. Waste all your energy putting it into something that you don't like, something that you hate and you can't stand to do every single day. And then start from the bottom when you find out what you truly love and work your tail off to try to become successful in that area. It'll be so much harder because you've already done it before for something that you didn't enjoy, when you could have been doing it for something that you have a true passion for and a true calling for, and something that will truly bring you joy and happiness in your life, which is great to have because that will continue to motivate you because you love it and you enjoy your time with that activity.
The recipe for success is money and the right people and the right marketing conditions, right? You should have success then.
So combine that with the fact, so you have an addicted generation that doesn't have the skill set to ask for help. Combine with the fact that they're so good at Facebook and Instagram, they're good at putting filters on everything. So they're good at showing you how smart and strong they are. These kids who commit suicide, you go look at their Instagrams, you would have no clue that they were depressed because they're happy and they're star athletes, right? You'd have no clue because they're really good. So when we say silly things like, my door is always open, you're assuming they have the courage to come in. Combined with the fact that they're subject largely, not all, but too many, to a failed parenting strategy. Because their parents told them they were special, they could have anything they wanted, they can be anything they want, they got medals for coming in last, which by the way we know doesn't work. It devalues the medal for the one who comes in first, and the one who came in last, it makes them feel stupid because they know they didn't deserve it. The kids got into honors classes not because they deserved it, but because the parents complained. And some of them got good grades not because they earned them, but because the teachers didn't want to deal with the parents. And then the kids graduate college and they get a job, and in an instant they find out they're not special, they don't get anything for coming in last, their parents can't get them a promotion. You can't have whatever you want just because you want it.
I was annoyed by how all the journalists asked all the athletes the same stupid question. Everyone, were you nervous? Or are you nervous? Whether it was before or after the event. Every single time. And every single time, all the athletes gave the exact same answer. No, I was excited. Every single time. These elite athletes had learned to interpret body stimulus. What are the signs of nervousness? Your heart races, you visualize the future, your hands get clammy. What are the stimulus for excitement? Your heart races, you visualize the future, your hands get clammy. They had learned to interpret what their body was telling them, not as nerves, but as excitement. And the reason the journalists said, were you nervous? Is because they would be nervous. Athletes would never say that to each other. They say, that was exciting. So I tried it. I did a little test on myself. I'm on a plane. We start hitting some really bad turbulence. I go, and then I say to myself, literally out loud, this is exciting, and I was fine.
Middle management is the hardest job in any organization because when you're junior, your only job is really to do your job. That's it. And you get trained how to do your job. I mean, you all have to be licensed and go to school and learn how to do the job of, if you're really good at it, you eventually get promoted. And you eventually get promoted to a position where you're now responsible for the people who do the job you used to do. But the problem is they don't give us any training how to do that. And senior people are thinking about entirely different things. They're thinking about the firm, they're thinking about strategy. And the problem is, so you have this middle group that's in this sort of weird mix where they have to be strategic but not majority strategic. Most things break in the middle. And so I think there are two factors. One is we don't train people how to lead. The other problem that I come across very often is I get some really wonderful self-taught leaders in middle management. They're reading books, they're going to conferences themselves, they're watching TED Talks. I mean, they're students of leadership, they have mentors. I mean, they're really making a go of it. And so the problem we have there is they're trying so hard to do the right thing, but management really doesn't care.
Performing under pressure, whether it's me or anybody else, is the same. You know, I have the same pressures as anyone else. There's time, there's performance, there's financial. I mean, my pressures are not unique. The situations may be different, or but everybody has the same kinds of pressures. I was amazed at how bad the questions were that the reporters would ask all the athletes, and almost always they asked the same question, whether they were about to compete or after they competed. Were you nervous? To a T. All the athletes went, no. And what I realized is it's not that they're not nervous. You have expectation of what's coming, and we interpret that as, I'm nervous. Now, what's the interpretation of excited? Your heart rate starts to go, you're anticipating what's coming, right? You get a little sort of like tense. It's all the same thing. It's the same stimuli. Except these athletes, these Olympic quality athletes, have learned to interpret the stimuli that the rest of us would say as nervous as excited. They all say the same thing. No, I'm not nervous. I'm excited.
Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please, if you haven't, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know what you thought down in the comment section below.